Smile. Hey there, everybody. It's Imran Pilati. I hope you're doing well, and I'm here with the star of the video that you see behind us, PathToAwesome. I'm here with Peter Frumenti. Peter, awesome to see you in person. Guys, you see this video, it's going viral. We have a goal. The goal is 1 million viewers to this video. And I'm glad that I have Peter here with me. And Peter, awesome video, first of all, amazing.
Thank you.
Tell us about what caused you to create PathToAwesome.
Well, I mean, I had been through a lot over the last few years, and I was at 440 pounds and when I started this journey. And originally when I started PathToAwesome, it was, I had moved to Montana after a bankruptcy and a divorce, and I was pretty depressed and kind of in a funk, for lack of a better word, and I decided that I was going to make a change, and I knew my family had been worried about me, and I thought if I create this, it'll be a way for them to kind of keep in touch with what I'm doing and know that I'm okay.
At your height of how morbidly obese, I think is what the doctor described you as.
Yeah.
What was your weight?
My weight at the biggest was just about, it was 442 or something.
442.
Yeah.
That's me plus you plus a small dog and a bag of fertilizer. That's about what it is.
Yeah.
What are you right now?
Right now, today, I mean, since I weighed in a couple weeks ago, it was 230, and at my lowest, I've been down to 232.
So nearly 200, 203 pounds lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not even your final goal. What's your final goal?
My final goal, I want to get down to 190, somewhere around there. I mean, the weight, the actual number on the scale isn't as important to me as how I feel. And my goal really this year is to do I ran a marathon a few weeks ago, and my goal really this year is to do at least a couple half marathons and a triathlon, and a bunch of people around me have kind of been inspired to join me. So like my niece and nephew, like, oh, I want to run a race with you, and so I'm coming back to California in September to do that with them, and a bunch of friends are now signing up, and so it's going to be pretty cool.
So the PathToAwesome video you've seen, I put on my Facebook, and Peter has put it out there as well on the internet. What kind of response have you gotten on this thing?
The response has been incredible. I mean, when I put the video up, I was almost not sure I wanted to do it, because the reality is that there's not everybody knew my story. Not even some of my close friends realized some of the stuff that I had been through in the last couple of years. But the people that I had shared it with were inspired. They're like, wanting to run races and wanting to do things, and I thought, if this is inspiring people, then I should share it. And if I'm going to share it, then I'm going to share the whole thing.
Sure.
So I got into it, and I told the whole story.
There's some photos that you put up on the video behind us that I personally would be uncomfortable doing, and I think that I've done stuff in my stories that probably would make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just one of those things where you say, to know where I'm going, you have to see where I've been.
Yeah.
And that's really
Absolutely.
awesome. So we know what your personal goal is. You dealt with depression.
Yeah.
You dealt with a divorce. You dealt with losing your car, your home. What was that part that just kind of clicked for you, that you said, enough is enough, I'm not going to have it anymore like this?
I remember, the lowest point, I remember coming home one night, and I was searching for somebody to love me, was the thing, okay? And I was just fresh out of a divorce, and I was, dating and whatever, and thinking that was what I needed. I need to find another, person to love me. And I remember just laying down on the kitchen floor, just literally bawling, and being in a place where I was completely distraught. And I thought to myself, I can't control any of this. I can't control my ex-wife, who was at the time just separated. I can't control her. I can't control, what's going on in my life, as far as I had a business partner that, we kind of had a falling out, so I had some things going on there. They were coming to take my car. I didn't have the payments anymore. I couldn't control it. So there was all these things I couldn't control, and I went, what can I control? I can control me. And so I made a decision, like, I can control me. And the thing that's out of control in my life right now is this health issue, and I'm going to I'm killing myself if I don't do something about this. So I made the decision. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to get healthy, and that's all I'm going to focus on right now. And if I can get that, then all this other stuff will figure itself out, or I'll figure it out later. And so that was the thing. I could control me, and so that's what I did.
You mentioned in the video that there's somebody specific that helped you, a friend that came out and helped you. Who is that friend? Who is this guy that's in the video that's helped you?
My buddy Max Detchens, and he owns a property management company in Butte, Montana. And when I first was told that, when my wife told me she wanted a divorce, like that night I got on the phone, I called him up and I said, and I'm I'm gonna get a divorce, you know. And this was my high school sweetheart. He knew her because he was a friend in high school. And I said, man, just get here. Just get here. We'll figure the rest out. Just come to Butte. There's tons of opportunity. We'll figure it out. Just don't worry about it, you know. And so that was Thursday, and Monday I loaded up a car and with everything I was taking with me, my dog, and I drove from where I was living at the time up in actually Tahoe to Butte. And got there and crashed on his couch for a little bit while I figured out what next.
Before this video, Peter and I sat down for about 30 minutes just talking, and one of the things you said was there was nothing else to lose.
Yeah.
You had lost everything,
Yeah.
so why not pack up all your stuff and drive to Butte, Montana? Why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah, why? Butte, that's where everybody goes.
I mean, that's right. So, but now that you've had a chance to reflect, it's been how many years now? About 2 years since you went through all that?
Yeah, I mean, officially a little over 2 years since the divorce and you know, since I really started this whole journey. And I was already on a path to losing a little bit of weight kind of before the divorce, but I'd lost like 30 pounds at that point. But then once I started going through all this stuff, I kind of just didn't care about that anymore. And that was when I kind of reached that point where I said, okay, I can control this. That's what I'm going to focus on.
So Peter was a realtor here at KW Fremont before he moved to Montana, or Tahoe actually, then
Yeah.
Montana. But we talked about it. I said, well, what's the purpose of PathToAwesome? And he goes, yeah, there's no money involved in this as far as right now. That's not really what it's about. It's about inspiring others and making sure that people hear the message and say, how does this relate to me, and how can I use that to my benefit in my life? It's today's January 5th, meaning that everybody's at the gym right now. They're going through their New Year's resolutions. But really, this is about a life change, and this is about changing your mentality and how you handle yourself, your mindset, and really what it's all about. And so that's what really PathToAwesome is trying to put together, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where PathToAwesome is going to go. I've got a lot of ideas and things I want to do, and I've been just overwhelmed with the amount of support just from people. An old friend from high school contacted me and wants to help. Another friend who owns a social media marketing company wants to get involved, and I said, I don't know exactly what I want to do with it, but it's not about making money. It's about inspiring people to truly live, to take life by the horns, figure out what it is you want, what your purpose is, and just move forward. And the thing about the PathToAwesome is, and you can see the website, it's not done, it's not perfect. There's also, I look at it and say, oh, I got to fix this and I got to do that. But that's the whole point, is you just move forward and you start moving down a path. It's not about this finish line. And that's kind of what I say in the video is I was waiting for some like place where I would get to and go, oh, I'm here now, everything's great. And I was like, no, everything's just got to be great. I've got to make the decision to be happy, to love myself, to to be this person. And then as I'm walking down that path, there's not a finish line. I mean, I guess when they put you in a cedar box, but
right.
And I want to be able to look back at that point and know that I lived my life the best way I possibly could.
So let's think of it this way, right? So I teach real estate. I help agents. I help buyers, sellers. And one of the things about agents and the fear of all things is that they're scared to go on a listing appointment, or they're scared to go talk to a buyer or make a call. But the strange part about it is every one of us, whether it be Peter, myself, anybody else, we've all gone through something in our life that's kind of been that thing that we overcame. His was morbid obesity, depression, divorce, losing everything. I went through cancer and I beat that. And you, the viewer, has probably gone through your own personal issue, whatever that be, and you've overcome it. Yet these small little things like calling a listing, or potentially going on an appointment, or running 10 blocks at one point for you.
Yeah,
Walking
10 blocks.
Walking 10 blocks. It was just too tough to where we were like, there's no way that we can do that. But think about the things that the two guys on this video have overcome, or you as the viewer has overcome, and then put that into perspective of your life and say, I've already beat this. Why can't I do this? It's so much smaller of an issue than anything that I've ever overcome already. So just a thought. So PathToAwesome.com, and Peter and I were talking, and part of what he's trying to build on PathToAwesome, and I'm going to talk for you for a second,
That's right.
is that you're looking for inspirational stories as well from other people.
Absolutely.
So if you're the viewer watching this and you know of somebody that's gone through an issue and they've been able to overcome that, and it's an inspirational story, whether it's I stubbed my toe and I was still able to finish the three-legged race with my friend, or I've overcome cancer, or I've overcome obesity and depression. we'd love to hear that story. So how do they get that message over to you?
Well, I mean, come to PathToAwesome.com, subscribe on the site, and then, right now, what I'm actually trying to set it up for is so that when somebody subscribes, right now they're just getting the subscription and can keep updated on all the stories in the blog that I'm putting out there. But the goal is to set it up where when you sign up, you get your own blog and can, talk about your story. But for now, comment. Tell me your stories by commenting on posts that you find appealing, on things that you find interesting. Send me an email, Peter@PathToAwesome.com, or post your stories, on the site. But what I want is more inspirational stories to help, other people. And if people keep coming to me and telling me they've inspired me, and then I listen to your story and I go, yeah, I lost some weight. Big deal.
And I think in my story, and I go, there's somebody else that's inspired me that overcame even more than me. So we talked about this pyramid, and it's not about being at the top of the pyramid saying, look at how I can inspire all of you. It's more of somebody is always looking at you one way or another and being inspired by you. No matter if you're somebody that doesn't think you have something inspirational or you've overcome massive, massive challenges, somebody somewhere is inspired by you. And it's important for you as the person viewing this video to make sure that your inspirational message gets out there. And PathToAwesome.com is going to allow you to do that by having that blog available for you to tell an inspirational story or tell a friend or a family member's inspirational story. So finally, go to PathToAwesome.com or email Peter at peter@PathToAwesome.com. Anything in closing remarks?
Just be the example. Be the example in the world, because if maybe Imran has inspired you or I've inspired you, your job is to go inspire other people. And if we do that one at a time, it's exponential. It's unbelievable how we can change the world.
Guys, let's do it. Let's change the world. 2012. Thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you soon. Perfect. Say, what'd you think?
Awesome.
Good.